Magandang kamalayan sa inyo lahat at narito naman ang programang Feel Good with Tato Malay at wow, very good live at tayo ay magkakaroon naman ng isang session na kung saan ay tatalakayin na naman natin ang mga magagandang lessons from this particular course that I am teaching here, which is called Conversations with God Study Group course. We are in, I actually am talking about or discussing chapters from Book 1 of Conversations with God by Neil Donald Walsh. At dito nga sa ating programa ay pagdali lang po medyo, eto na naman ako. Sandali po. Alright. Okay, sorry about that. At eto na naman ako. At I'm trying to just share my program to my wall sa Facebook para at least papanood tayo live dito sa Facebook ngayon. At dito nga sa ating programa ay ating pinag-uusapan ang may kinalaman sa katatapos pa lang ng Valentine's Day last February 14. Pero still, since it's February, it's the love month, may kinalaman pa rin ito about love relationships, or for that matter, generally about relationships. So, dyan lang kayo at ating umpisahan na naman ang ating pag-uusap tungkol dito sa mga bagay na may kinalaman nga sa spiritual, pero ang kwan dyan is all about how we should live our lives here on earth in terms of our spiritual knowledge and spiritual, I would say, being in terms of who we are. Kasi we are really spiritual beings having a human experience. Yan ang katotohanan. So yan dapat ang palagi natin iniisip. So pagdating sa love relationships, how are we going to just, look at this from that aspect or from that point of view as a spiritual being? Alright. So, ang tanong nga dito kasi, actually we started this last week, but to continue, hindi ko na babalikan yung last week natin, wala tayong oras. At ang magandang pag-usapan dito ngayon is truly loving. In a truly loving relationship, should we put others first? Yan ang medyo natalakay natin to last week. Pero kailangan ba binibigyan natin ng prioridad ang ibang tao pagdating sa relationship? Ha? Baka masya kayo. Ito na naman tayo. We are here to actually talk about a lot of new things na bago sa ating kaisipan, bago sa ating paninig, at marami medyo iba na shock. Pero sa aking pagbigkas sa mga bagay na ito ay sinasadya ko talaga ma-shock kayo. Kasi nga, kung walang shocking value, walang shock value, walang dating, no? But what I'm trying to say here is all the things, or most of the things I talk about here are really kumbaga parang bago sa pandinig. So, pag bago sa pandinig, parang iba ayaw tanggapin. Okay. So, ang tanong nga ang importante ba sa isang relationship ay yung pag-ugnayan natin sa kapwa at pagbibigay ng more importance with other person. Ang sagot talaga dyan is, it is not true. Yan ang kwan. Yan ang ating masasabing kasagutan dyan. At ito ay galing sa libro ni Neil Donald Walsh at babasahin ko kung saan galing yan para naman sabihin ninyo na may basehan tayo. Kasi baka mamaya sabihin nyo, nag-iimbento lang ako rito ng mga sagot walang basehan. Ito Alright. Saan ka ba yun? 124. The soul has come to the... okay, sandali. Ito kasi hindi ako naglalagay ng marker. Alright. Your first relationship Page 124. Dito sa Conversations with God, ito yung book na ating pinag-uusapan dito. By Neil Donald Walsh. Your first relationship, therefore, must be with yourself. You must first learn to honor and cherish and love yourself. Yan. Yun ang sabi ni God dito sa ating binabasang libro. Okay, binabasa ko to parang Biblia kasi ito na rin ang aking parang pinaka-Biblia in this modern times. No? May nagtanong nga sa akin last time, pari ba kayo? Kasi parang nagdi-discuss kayo ng mga spiritual things na kung saan ay parang yung mga dinidiscuss mga pare. Sabi ko, hindi ako pare, obispo ako. Nashock lalo. No, actually I'm not, I don't belong to the clergy, but in my past life, I was a bishop. Yan. Yan ang kailangan yung matanggap dahil hindi ko i-deny yun. I had a regression in my past life and I was a bishop in France. Although I wasn't a Frenchman. Ito nga yung kasi sabi ko, I don't think I like many of the things that are French. I'm more of an Italian, I think. And then it actually appeared pala. I was an Italian bishop who went to France. Alright. So, taga-Vatican ako. And so, ang tanong ko nga kung ganito ako ngayon, what was I like before as a bishop? Siguro, ang dami kong tinuro, no? Ang dami kong mga bagay na pinag-iiral na kung saan ay para bang marami akong pinagbabawal, hindi pwede yan, hindi pwede ito, ganyan. And so ngayon, parang kinokorek yung sarili ko ngayon. Hindi ko naman sa kinokorek. Kaya lang, kanya-kanyang panahon siguro yan. And during that time, yun ang uso. Nung panahon na ako ay isang obispo nga. Pero ngayon, ako ay isang layman na pwede pa rin ako maging pare o obispo kung nanaisin ko. Pero baka naman masya kayo pag malaman nga ninyo later on ako ay isang ordained priest na nga pala. Anyway. But anyway, going back to the question, as to how to really look at our relationships, it is actually we have to look at ourselves first. Kasi kung hindi natin muna makikita ang mga bagay na tungkol sa sarili natin, hindi rin natin may appreciate yung mga bagay na nasa ibang tao. Alright, ano pa ang explanation dito? You must first see yourself as worthy before you can see another as worthy. So kung may kulang ka sa pananaw mo yung mga kon mo sa sarili mo ay hindi sapat. Para bang ang dami mong alinlangan sa sarili mo, tungkol sa sarili mo, kadalasan nare-reflect mo yan sa kapwa mo. So parang hindi mo rin sila ma-appreciate. Para bang, ano ba yung mga taong ito, parang ang dami namang kakulangan nito mga ito. That we are just seeing a reflection of us. So that's why it's very important in a relationship, tignan natin muna ang sarili natin. And ang kon nga talaga dyan is, ito ang sinasabi nga nito, you must first see yourself as worthy before you can see another as worthy. You must first see yourself as blessed before you can see another as blessed. You must first know yourself to be holy before you can acknowledge holiness in another. Alright. So, malinaw yun. Ayon sa kasulatan, dito sa ating binabasang libro, aklat, sinabi ni Diyos ng God dito, sinabi ni God, ito yung mga words niya, no? What he actually shared with Neil Donald Walsh. So, ayan ang tanong na una kong sinagot. Okay. Ang susunod na tanong ay ano ba? Ano ba ang magandang tanong? Kasi marami nito, kaya lang kasi kung aking talagang isa-isa ito at pag-uusapan natin lahat pasabay-sabay, hindi tayo matatapos na naman dito. Okay. When we reach mastery, we will react to attacks with love. Until then, what is the most appropriate way for us to react to hurts and attack from others or attacks from others? Alright. So, kumbaga, siyempre, hindi naman palagi magaganda ang ating mga maririnig o makikita from the reactions of other people. So, how should we react? At ang sabi nga dito sa ating just be honest with yourself. Admit how you are feeling. Admit honestly as to how you are feeling. Huwag mong i-deny. Kung nasaktan ka, tanggapin mo yun. Tanong dyan, bakit ka nasaktan? May katotohanan ba yung mga sinabi ng iba? So don't hide. Huwag kang magtago. Huwag kang mag-deny. Huwag mong itago ang nararamdaman mo. Ilabas mo. Okay. Now, the thing here is, saan natin mababasa dito sa ating libryan? 128. There is only one thing you can do. You must honor your feelings. For honoring your feelings means honoring yourself. And you must love your neighbor as you love yourself. How can you expect to understand and honor the feelings of another if you cannot honor the feelings within yourself? So, balik na naman sa atin. So, kailangan tanggapin natin, pero, we have to really honor our feelings. Yan ang hindi kadalasan na intindihan ng karamihan sa atin. Pag nasaktan, ang gusto kaagad natin ay gumanti. Makaganti sa mga paratang o sa mga pasakit na dinulot sa atin. Ang tanong paano ka magiging masaya sa ganong klaseng sitwasyon? Kung palagi na lang, hindi mo alam kung paano mo isusolve. Yung pala ang solusyon. You have to acknowledge it first, and then, you really have to be able to, ang tawag ito, you have to honor it, you have to really identify it, you have to accept it. And then, from there, ang tanong is, actually, ito sa metaphysics ang answer na ito. Bakit ko na-attract ito? Bakit ko na-experience itong klaseng, yung mga pasakit na dumating sa buhay ko? Hindi yan dahil sa ang ibang tao ay masama. Hindi yan dahil ay magulo na ang mga nangyayari sa buhay ko. Okay, may kinalaman sa kaguluhan. Pero saan galing yung kaguluhan? Sa akin din, sa nagsisimula. So, ang tanong dyan is, paano natin makikita ngayon o mababago sa sarili natin itong mga bagay nito? Ngayon, kung ano man yung nangyaring pasakit na yun, kung ano man yung sinabi, check natin sa atin kung may katotohanan ba yan. Pag sinabi, yabang mo kasi, tanongin natin sa sarili natin, bakit ako naapektuhan doon? Mayabang ba ako? Malamang. Kasi kung wala kang yabang, kung wala yung yabang sa katawan mo o sa kaisipan mo, kamalayan mo, hindi mo mapapansin yan. Hindi mo papatulan yan. Matatawa ka lang. Alright? So, kung totoo mayabang ka, doon ka maapektuhan. Kaya, importante, at least nalaman mo ngayon na, mayabang pala ako. So, baguhin ko na lang. Yan. Nakatulong pa. Alright. Now, at this point, I'd like to now go to parang kung tayo rito, exercise. Yan. Kasi marami tayong tinatanong sa sarili natin. Ano ba yung sinasabing? Kasi there is this concept, that is important for us to understand. And this has been again and again said to us, kaya lang hindi naman natin binibigyan ng pansin. Okay. Your purpose in life is to decide and to declare, to express and to experience who you really are. This is the purpose of all of life. purpose of all of life. This is the purpose of all of life. Again, ulitin ko. Your purpose in life is to decide and to declare, to express and to experience who you really are. This is the purpose of all of life. In a relationship, the only thing that is required of you is to express and declare who you really are. Huwag kang magpanggap. Huwag kang magpa-plastic. Huwag kang magpakunwari. Sino ka ba talaga? Yun ang sabihin mo kung sino ka talaga. And kung ano man yung kung alam mo kung ano ka, kung sino ka, yan yung dapat na-experience mo. Ha? Hindi ka dapat yung para bang magkukunwari dahil parang ka lang hindi mo ma-offend yung kapwa mo or para pumapil ka na pampapogi o pampaganda. Yung maraming ganyan sa atin, parang hindi sila masira. Now, the thing here is, how can you now create this grandest vision of who you are? Kasi nga, your purpose in life is to decide, to declare, to express, to experience who you really are. Now, the thing here is, okay, this is me. Ako ito. Ito akong wala lang. Ganyan. No? Parang ang tingin natin sa ating sarili, napakababaw. But are we supposed to express who we really are at this point in time? Alright. Yes and no. But, yeah, dapat ma-acknowledge mo muna. Ikaw ito. Ito ka ngayon, ito kinalalagyan mo. But, ang tanong dyan is, mananatili ka ba dyan sa kinalalagyan mo? Bakit hindi mo na umpisahan yung pagbabago na yan? Habang nakikita mo ngayon ang gusto mong mangyari sa buhay mo. At yun ay express mo. Kung ano na yung magiging bago sa'yo in terms of who you are. Okay? Hindi ka nagpapanggap. Ikaw ay mag-iisip ng isang bagay na ito yung gusto kong mangyari sa akin. Ito yung gusto kong baguhin sa buhay ko. So, ang tanong dyan is, ano yun? Alam mo ba yan? Okay, you will actually write some words here na kung saan ay aanin natin ito. Okay, so umpisa pa lang, ito lang. What is my grandest vision when it comes to money? Ha? Yan. Ano yan? Ano ang greatest vision natin of myself when it comes to money? Pagdating sa pera. Ano ang gusto nating isipin? Wala lang. Wala akong pera. Mahirap ako. Yung bang grandest vision mo of yourself? Diba? Gusto mo is, mayaman ako. Marami akong pera. I am living my life abundantly. So yun ang dapat natin iniisip. At yun ang grandest vision natin. Kasi hindi naman tayo kailangan manatili ko sa kinalalagyan natin. So basically, we are now looking at our best self here. And what is our reaction as when it comes to our best self, when it comes to money? Kasi ang marami sa atin nananatili sa mga paniniwala na kung saan ay lumaki tayo na ito yung mga nakagisa natin, pinaniwalaan natin, na kung saan walang naidulot na maganda sa buhay natin. Kaya tayo nananatiling mahirap or wala lang. Yung palaging kulang ang pera, palaging naghahabol sa mga bills, ganyan. Ito, ano ito resulta ito ng mga bagay na nagkaroon ng effect sa ating kamalayan dahil nga pinaniwalaan natin to or hindi natin just pinaniwalaan, ilagay natin sa subconscious natin kasi lumaki na tayo at tinanggap natin yung mga paniniwalang mahirap ang buhay, ang pera ay mahirap kitain at lumaki ako mahirap, hindi kami mayaman, wala ako na pag-aralan. So, yan ang mga bagay ngayon na humihila sa atin o humihila sa'yo. Ang tanong, ano ang tingin mo ngayon? Ganyan pa rin. Or, would you now see yourself in a different light? So, yan yung isang bagay na ano yun natin, no? Sa sabi nga natin, money. When it comes to our first, here. So, ano pa? Okay, erase tayo. Ano susunod na area na kung saan ay makikita natin yung grandest vision of ourselves here. Okay, we are now looking at or rather at the word love. When it comes to love, ang tanong marunong ba tayo magmahal? Mahal ba natin ang sarili natin? Gaano kamahal natin ang sarili natin? Before I ask you as to how much you can love other people, my first question is, how much do you love yourself? Ang tanong paano ba mahalin ang sarili? Di ba sabi nga natin, the greatest love of all is loving oneself. So, how do you really love oneself? If that is the greatest love of all. Yan ang masarap pag-usapan dahil kadalasan, sinasabi natin na huwag natin isipin ang sarili natin. Kapwa na lang ang isipin kasi hindi maganda yan. But again, kaya tayo nagkakagulo-gulo dito kasi we never paid attention to ourselves. We never really loved ourselves. That's the reason why we couldn't love other people. So, ang tanong how much do we give love to ourselves? How much do we give importance to ourselves? Yan ang mga kailangan natin isa-isahin ngayon. Kanina, about money. Ngayon, about love. Alright. Ito ngayon. Kwan pa rin tayo. Marami itong controversy na maririnig natin. Okay. Okay, what is our attitude towards sex? Ito ang isang bagay in a relationship na kung saan marami nasisira. Marami kasing paniniwala na hindi, I would say, healthy. Kasi lumaki tayo na maraming bawal, maraming sinasabing masama, marumi, hindi karapat-dapat. Tama naman kung bata ka pa, okay lang yun. Kaya lang, as we grow along, grow older, kailangan na intindihan na natin ang mga bagay na kung saan nag-evolve din itong mga bagay na ito na kung saan hindi na natin tinitignan on that particular light na masama or bawal. Kasi the most healthy thing in this world is sex. Oh, why? Otherwise, without sex, wala tayo ngayon dito sa mundong ito. Oh, walang mangyayari sa population natin o hindi na tayo dadami. So, importante is how do we really look at that particular area in our life when it comes to sex nga. Kasi in a relationship, napaka-importante nito Marami nasisira dito Kadalasan, they fall in love for the wrong reason. It was just about one lang pala, lust or sex that they wanted. Importante ang sex in a relationship. That's very true. But if that is the only thing that you are looking for in a relationship, medyo parang may kulang, no? Kaya, how healthy are you in terms of when you are thinking about this particular word, which is sex, no? So, ang tanong nga is, how far have you evolved in terms of your maturity? Kasi many of us, lalo na sa mga kababaihan, maraming naging teenager na ang paniniwala pa rin nila sa sex is masama o dirty, bawal. So, yun yung palagi naka-ingrain sa kamalayan nila, sa utak nila. And then, eto na, kinasal na sila. So, kinasal. Okay, that's the main, I would say, ceremony or event that would actually now make sex, ayoko namang gawin yung word na legalize. Pero, legal na nga, actually pwede na. Wala namang sama, wala namang bawal. Pero, it is not easy for some people to take out itong mga paniniwala nila just because kinasal na sila, automatic mawawala na sa kanilang kamalayan itong mga paniniwala na sex ay madumi o masama. So, ito kaya, kahit na mag-asawa na sila, nandun pa rin yung stigma nung kinalakihan nila. So, we have to adjust, we have to change that. No? Alright, so, ito ngayon, ang susunod kong kailangan malaman din o masabi sa inyo. Napaka-importante nito kasi ito yung talagang why I am doing what I am now, what I am doing now. Because many of us have this real big problem when it comes to their relationship with God. What is really our relationship with God? Ano ang kinagisnan naman natin dito? Ano ang kinalakihan naman natin? That God is a vengeful God. God is a judgmental God or judging God. Na pag nagalit mo ang Diyos, pupunta ka sa impyerno o paparusahan ka ng Diyos. Maraming naniniwala pa rin at this point in time dyan sa ganyang klaseng paniniwala. So how can you now have a grandest vision of God? If you really look at God, what is God? God is love. So if God is love, what can you expect from a loving God or a loving being? The love, hindi punish, hindi parusa, hindi masamang bagay. But bakit natin iniisip na tayo ay parurusahan o kahihirapan ng isang napakabait o mapagmahal na Diyos? Nais ba niyang makita yung mga kinrate niya na, oy, pag hindi kayo sumunod sa akin, kayo ay magsasuffer ng mga virus na ganito. Ayan, yung marami nga nag-iisip, yung coronavirus daw yung COVID-19 punishment daw from God yan. I mean, ito ay isang bagay na hindi natin dapat ma-associate kahit kanino man. Nangyayari yan. Dahil tayo ang gumagawa ng mga bagay sa ating mundo. We have created everything in our life. And God just, made us realize that you have the power to do anything and I will not actually change anything that you want to produce or to create. So, ang tanong nga bakit natin nakikreate ngayon itong mga bagay na ganito na hindi natin inaasahan na makakasira sa atin, no? Pero nangyayari na. But anyway, going back to God, ano ang talagang dapat nating relasyon with God when it comes to how we should actually look at it? I always think of the parable of Jesus when it comes to the prodigal son. Di ba yung father, nung dalawang anak niya, binigay na niya yung mana doon sa isang anak na gustong humiwalay, gusto nang lumayas at makuha yung inheritance niya, yung mana niya. And so, binigay ng father. Walang question, no questions asked. Binigay. Umalis yung anak. Pumunta ko saan-saan. Nilusta yung pera. In-enjoy, inubos, at naghirap dahil wala na. At ito, nung bumabalik na siya, wala. Talagang tapak na siya. At wala na siyang pupunta, diba? Except to go back to his father. Anong ginawa ng father? Pinagalitan ba siya? Or sinabi na, hindi ka na pwede rito sa bahay na ito? Hindi, di ba? The way Jesus actually said in that parable was, the father was a welcoming father. He even went outside the house. Kumbaga, parang halfway, sinalubong niya yung anak niya. He brought nice clothes, and basically, he brought him in again and gave him the best food that he could offer. At lahat ng mga bagay na dating binibigay niya doon sa anak niya, pinakita niya o binigay niya ulit. Without saying anything. Wala yung sinabing, oh, makikita mo dito yung itong mga bagay na ito. Pag ikaw ay maging pasaway ka uli, tanggalin ko sa iyo lahat itong mga bagay na magaganda. Never did that father say that thing to that son of his, no? So basically, that is how I look at God. Walang talaga. I mean, He won't require you to do anything. Basta, andyan lang. God is always there to welcome you. Magwala ka na kung gusto mo, pero God will still be there always to just say, I'm here. Alright? So, that is my relationship with God. Ayaw ko nga sana influensyahan kayo as to how to really look at these things. So, but basically, I just gave si Jesus kasi was the one who gave that example, no, of what God is like. So, he actually changed the image of God from a vengeful God doon sa Old Testament to, ito lang yan sa New Testament, of that God is a loving God. So, yun ang actually ginawa ni Jesus doon sa mga teachings niya. He actually overturned yung vengeful God na kung saan pag nagkamali ka, nagkasala ka, marurusahan ka. Eto, walang ganun kay Jesus. So I think that is how we should also look at it. No? That is how we should really see our relationship with God. Alright, ano pa ang kailangan nating makita dito sa ating mga pinagkakaabalahan sa buhay natin? Well, ano pa ba? Marami yan. Kaya lang siguro, last ko na lang siguro ang kuha dito is loving one another. How should we really love another person? How should we really love other people? How should we really love everything around us? Mga animals, mga plants. Sabihin nga, I think this is now the time to really look at ourselves in terms of how we really should live our life to the grandest vision that we can actually imagine ourselves to have. And in terms of love or loving another, siguro talagang kailangan wala na tayong judgment of anyone, wala tayong mga prejudices, wala tayong mga I would say walls against other people or other communities or for that matter other races or countries. Ito, tanggapin natin lahat. Tayo ay iisa lamang. Hindi tayo separated from one another. We have this what we call oneness with everyone, with everything. Especially, we are all one with God. So yan ang siguro dapat iniisip natin ngayon. Na lahat tayo, kahit sabihin mo, yung mga pinakamasasamang taong nga babasa natin o nakikita natin sa TV, kaisa pa rin natin yan. Kung talaga kung tutuusin, kunyari lang kung minsan pag nakakita ka sa mga TV show, TV news na may mga gumagawa ng mga hold-upan ganito, tapos kung minsan nilalagay ang pangalan tayo, originally, nagre-react tayo, nagagalit kagad tayo, ito talaga gago, ito tarantado, ito buti nga sa'yo. Kung nakita mo, biglang lumabas doon uy, kapatid ko pala yun. Uy, tatay ko pala yun. Paano na ngayon ang reaction mo? Hindi ba nga, sabi ko nga, we are all one, so basically, we have that kind of not oneness only, but basically we are one and the same in terms of who we are. We are all energy, spiritual beings, we are one with God. So we are all connected. Hindi mo pwede sabihin na kahit hindi mo kamag-anak, kahit pa paano may connection ka pa rin dyan. And because we have, we love one another, we really have that kind of encompassing, I would say, parang blanket of togetherness. So yun ang dapat tinitingnan natin sa bawat isa sa atin. Okay, before I continue, I'd like to say hello to some people who are watching ang Diyos ay ang Diyos ng pag-ibig ni, sabi ni David Nielon, and right, David Nielon, opo, tama po, we are all sinners. Opo, tama po. Actually, okay. Maganda pag-usapan yun, may nagsabi we are all sinners. Yan ang tinuturo sa atin na tayo ay makasalanan. Tayo lahat ay nagkulang. But, si Jesus rin ang when you look at the teachings of Jesus, the only things I teach are the teachings of Jesus. Anong palagi sila sabi niya? You can take this literally or whatever. Pero in the words, sin no more. Pwede sabihin na wala nang kasalanan. There's no more sin. Sin no more. Palagi na sinasabi yan pag meron siya nakitang gumawa ng mali, sin no more. O pwede sabihin na huwag mo na ulitin. Sin no more. Pero ako, ang interpretation ko doon is wala nang kasalanan in terms of what we normally would see. Sin is not there anymore. What do we mean by this? Kasi mga kami sasabi, sama-sama na nangyari. Okay, every time we look at sin, what do we really mean by sin? If you look at the real word of the word sin, the original word, where it came from, it is an archery term. Yung archery, yung pana. Ang kanya is error. Missing the target, missing the bullseye. Yan ang sin. The word sin came from there. So, nagkamali ka lang O di, ang ibig sabihin, susunod, itama mo na. Correct mo lang. Yan ang ibig sabihin ng sin. Kaya nga, sin no more. Huwag ka na magkamali. Kaya nga, yung mga athletes, pag sinabi sa Asian Games, you didn't hit the target. Sin no more. You have to now hit the bullseye. That is exactly where it's coming from. That's it. It is just a mistake, an error. Lahat tayo nagkakamali. Alright, sabihin, hindi ba we are supposed to be perfect? Yes, we are perfect. Kaya lang kuminsan because of our free will, kadalasan we take things for granted. And so, we originally should have been doing it the right way. Kaya lang kuminsan we want to also to do the opposite. Kasi without knowing the opposite, we also don't know. Alright, maybe ganito na example ko dapat. If there is no light, if there's no darkness, there's no light. So kailangan may dilim, merong ilaw. Walang mabuti kung walang masama. Alright? So, ganun lang yan So, saan ka pupunta? Doon sa opposite o doon sa isa? So, pag napunta doon sa kabila, all you have to do is just adjust, punta ka sa kabila. Ganun nakasimple yan. That's why every time Jesus would see all these things that are happening, sabi lang niya, sin no more. Sabihin, huwag mo nang ulitin, gawin mo ulit, pero basically, gawin mo ng tama. Yun ang word ng sin. Alright, go and sin no more. Okay, very good. Thank you. Alright, hiwalay lang po tayo sa Panginoon dahil sa kasalanan. Hindi tayo nahiwalay sa Panginoon. Walang bahid, kahit na anong sama natin, hindi tayo nahiwalay sa Panginoon. Dahil mahal tayo unconditionally. Kaya nga, unconditional love ang binibigay sa atin ng Panginoon. If God doesn't give unconditional love, what is there to look for into our relationship with God? At talagang, wala na. We're doomed. But God is giving us that unconditional love. And we have to learn also how to give unconditional love to others. Walang kondisyon, walang judgmental dito. Walang ano tawag dito, baga parang wala kang prejudice or whatever. Alright, anyway. So, ako ay overtime na. Hindi ko dahil marami sa ating kung dito ay hindi ko na marami tayong pag-uusapan pa. Kaya lang, ito yung mga bagay na kailangan kong i-discuss lang for tonight. No? So basically, I have now practically talked about everything that I had planned for tonight. And so I'd like to thank all those who have reacted and watched us. Ayan, si David. Okay, thank you. And sino ba ito iba? Alright, marami. Pero, ano yan. So, ang tabayanan ninyo, ang programang aking kasunod dito, si Dream Sensei. Pero, hanggang wala pa si Richard, ako ay ano ba ito? 30 minutes, mahaba pa ako. Ha?
7:30.
7:30. Okay, sige. 7:30 raw tayo. So, 15 minutes pa tayo. Alright, so, okay. So, tuloy-tuloy tayo muna rito. At sana ay naibigan nyo itong ating pinag-uusapan dito. Kasi, napaka-importante in a relationship as to how we should actually be able to give or create our grandest self. Ha? Hindi na tayo pwedeng hindi nagbabago. Hindi pwedeng hindi natin babaguhin o iaangat ang ating sarili sa napakagandang mga bagay na pwede nating makamit. Kasi hanggang hindi natin iniisip yan, akala natin eto lang ang buhay natin. Ang dapat natin palaging iniisip ngayon ay tayo ay nag-evolve. Ha? Next year, iba na naman ang mga gusto natin mangyari sa buhay natin. 2 years, 5 years from now, iba na naman yan. Hindi pwedeng from 10 years ago hanggang ngayon, pareho lang ang naging takbo ng buhay natin. Hindi ganun yung nangyayari dyan. So, ang tanong ay, how else can we see ourselves evolving into this grandest self? Kasi, in a relationship, you will not change the other person. You will only change yourself. Ang tanong nga is, how or what are you bringing into a relationship? I think I discussed that last week, no? So, sige, ayahin natin to. Tuloy natin muna kasi meron tayo pang ilang minuto. Okay. Relationships work best when you always do what is best for you. Ito ay from the Conversations with God, Book 1, Chapter 8. If therefore you have caught yourself in an ungodly act as a result of doing what is best for you, the confusion is not in having put yourself first, but rather in misunderstanding what is best for you. Yun. Misunderstanding what is best for you. Ano ba talaga yung sa tingin mo ang makakabuti sa iyo o mas maganda para sa iyo? And you can recreate yourself every moment when you think about that. What is there to change about yourself? What can you actually what did you not understand as to how you were looking at yourself as according to what is good or what is best for you? Yan ang kadalasan hindi natin binibigyan ng pansin. In a relationship, ito nga, baliktad Akala natin, ang tinatanong natin palagi is, what is the best thing that I will give the other person? Ito ngayon, babaliktad natin. Basically, ito ngayon dapat ang nangyayari. What is really best for me? Alright, hindi ako nag-iisip na, what can I get from this other person that will actually make me happy? Walang ganon, hindi ko sinabi yun. Ang sinasabi ko, what is the best thing that I can do for me in this relationship? Yan. Ano ang bagay na magpapasaya pag ito ang ginawa ko tungkol sa sarili ko sa ating relasyon? Kasi kadalasan ang iniisip natin, ano kaya bibigay ko dito para mapasaya itong kasama ko o itong partner ko? Kinakalimutan natin yung sarili natin Dapat unang masaya tayong sarili muna bago natin mapapasaya. As a matter of fact, hindi natin kaya pasayahin ng ibang tao. Alright? Alright, ito yung importante. Hindi natin kayang pasayahin ng ibang tao kasi hindi natin alam kung ano magpapasaya sa kanila. Sila ang may responsibilidad kung ano man yung magiging bagay na yun na magpapasaya sa kanila. Wow! Ano yun? Responsibilidad. Ito nga. We will go now to that topic na what is really my responsibility to this? Okay. Meron akong question dyan eh. Am I responsible? Alright, what are the obligations of marriage and life partnership? May obligasyon ba tayo? Sa bawat isa. Ito ngayon, tagutin natin yan. Kasi may anong page ba yan? Hanapin natin muna kung anong page yun. What is our anong tawag dito? Yan. Obligation. Actually, there is no obligation. Titignan ko lang kung tama itong ko rito. Ay, mali. Alright. 6, 7, 8. Alright. Sorry. Nasaan ba isang papel ko rito? Nandito pala. Kaya pala ako nagkakaluto-lito dahil sa kabila yung... Okay. There is... ito. Alright, so... There is no... Ayan, sandali. Oh. Ano ba ang ating binabasa rito? Kasi gusto ko lang makuha yung exact page para at least when I go to the book, na yun, hanapin ko. Kaya ang dami yung kodigo kasi rito kaya ako nalilito ko minsan as to which one to really take a look into. Alright, yan. Okay, pero hindi ko kasi makuha kagad lang. Ilagay doon sa papel na nagkakadoble-doble kasi itong mga ko rito. Yan, okay. Alright. Yeah, what are the sacred obligations of a partner in a partnership or in a relationship? Okay, yun. Nakita ko na yung page. Alright. Sorry. There are no obligations. Wow, shocking, no? There are no obligations. Ano ibig sabihin no obligations? Ito na. No obligations? The answer is, ito. The answer is the answer you cannot hear. For it leaves you without guidelines and renders null and void every agreement in the moment you make it. The answer is, you have no obligation, neither in relationship nor all of life. Nor in all of life. Wala tayong obligasyon. Wala tayong responsibilidad. Ano ibig sabihin ng no obligation? Sabi ni God dito, no obligation, nor any restriction or limitation, nor any guidelines or rules, nor are you bound by any circumstances or situations, nor constrained by any code or law, nor are you punishable for any offense, nor capable of any, for there is no such thing as being offensive in the eyes of God. Wow! Wala pala tayong obligasyon. So, ano yun? Walang rules. Ito na. There are no rules. What kind of a religion is that? That there is no way it cannot work, sabi ni God. If you are about the business of creating yourself. On the other hand, you imagine yourself to be about the task of trying to be what someone else wants you to be. The absence of rules or guidelines might indeed make things difficult. Yet the thinking mind begs to ask, if God has a way she wants me to be, why didn't she simply create me the way to begin with? Why all the struggles for me to overcome who I am in order for me to become what God wants me to be? This is the probing mind. This is the probing mind demands to know, and rightly so. It is a proper inquiry. All right. The religionist would have you believe that I created you as less than who I am, so that you could have the chance to become as who I am, working against all odds, and I might add, against every natural tendency I am supposed to have given you. All right. To cut it short, God created us. But God did not create robots. I mean, God did not create us to become, just to follow what He wants to, what He wanted us to do. He did not create us to be robots. He gave us free will. Kaya wala tayong, rules as to what to do. Free will. We can do anything. But we are, again, as I always mentioned in my previous programs, we actually abide with certain universal laws and principles. Kasi basically, yun yung binigay sa ating, hindi naman binigay. Kung hindi, ito yung na-discover natin na meron pala mga ganitong governing laws or power that are actually at work in our lives. So, pag medyo hindi ka sumabay doon, meron kang problema. Okay, example, the law of gravity. Okay, gravity, pag may binato ka sa taas, bumabagsak. And bumabagsak yan dahil the law of gravity says it. So, kung ano man yung ilagay mo sa taas, babagsak yan. Or kung tumalong ka sa isang mataas sa building, pagbagsak mo, masasaktan ka. Because of the law of gravity. Alright. So, aside from that law of gravity, marami tayong universal laws, no? Especially when it comes to our relationships. The law of karma, the law of attraction. Yan, marami tayong pinag-uusapan dito. So, yan ang mga ginagamit natin, mga tools as to how to live our lives the way we want it to be. Meron niyang mga bagay na pwedeng magamit natin to our advantage. At pag hindi natin ginamit to our advantage yan, ang mangyayari is, it will work against us. Sometimes, kadalasan ito yung problema ng karamihan. Paano kumita ng malaking pera? So basically, they will pray hard, na sana magkaroon sila ng maraming pera. But the way they are praying, yung pagdarasal nila, merong hindi akma o hindi tama when it comes to some universal laws in place or universal principles. Unang-una, si Jesus, sinabi ni Jesus yan sa Bible. Ano ang isang bagay na kailangan natin gawin when we want to have something? When we pray for something, believe as if you have received it already. And not only just believe that you have received it already. You have to be, kasi mayroong mga hindi na isama sa Biblia, na naisama sa ibang libro, na hindi actually considered na part of the Bible. Pero if you will see those Gospels nila Thomas, ay pareho rin nung mga Gospels nila Mark, pero mas in-explain doon yung mga principles na tinuro ni Jesus. At ang isang tinuro ni Jesus doon sa Gospel of Thomas, ang dilagdag niya doon, kasi ang tinuro ni Jesus, kay Mark at saka kay Matthew, when you pray, believe as if you have received it already. Pero kay Thomas, Gospel of Thomas, when you pray, believe as if you have received it, and actually you're supposed to feel happy. And in terms of thankful, kasi gratitude, so kumpleto. Mas kumpleto nga yung yung hindi nakasama dun sa apat na gospel writers there. So in terms of that principle, kulang pala yung ginagawa natin, kaya hindi natin makuha yung gusto natin. Kasi ang gusto lang natin, we want to pray to God to give us something na we need really, like money or food or whatever, kung ano man yung pinagdarasal natin o yung mga ambisyon natin na makalakbay tayo sa ibang bansa o makakakuha ng magandang trabaho. But we have actually forgotten or not able to use it properly, that kind of a method. And because we forgot that there is a real principle involved here, which was actually discussed by Jesus himself. Pero may kulang nga dito sa mga words dun sa nakikita natin sa Biblia na we actually discovered in the book of Thomas. So dun, makikita natin, there are real principles at work. So yan ang isang bagay na kailangan natin maintindihan. Alright, so with that, I'd like to say maraming salamat sa inyong panunood at sana palagi ninyo tinatangkilik ang ating mga programa dito sa ating Wow Very Good Live, na katulad ng kay Reverend Reg at mamaya kay Dream Sensei Lucito de Jesus. Ito po si Tato Malay na nagsasabi sa inyo lahat, isang magandang kamalayan.